You know, when we tackle something big like biblical prophecy, it's really key to get the foundations right.
Absolutely. You can't build without a solid base.
Exactly. So this week, we're giving you a bit of a preview, a look ahead at week 7 of the Bible Talk Insight series. It's called Tools to Help Us Understand Prophecy.
Right. And this week's focus is all about those core foundational truths.
Yeah, our mission here is really just to get a clearer picture of what prophecy actually rests on. So what's coming up on Bible Talk Insight then?
Well, the main episode really zeroes in on God as the creator.
Okay, starting right at the beginning, Genesis 1.1.
Precisely. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. It sounds basic, but understanding that God is the source, the originator, well, that's everything.
It underpins his authority, doesn't it? His right to guide things, to reveal the future.
That's it. As one scholar pointed out, his right to rule flows directly from being the creator. You can't separate the two.
Makes sense. And from there, the main episode looks at God's throne.
Yes, those incredible visions the prophets had. Isaiah, John, and Revelation, seeing God's throne in heaven.
With the seraphim, all the celestial beings. It paints a picture of ultimate control, kingship.
And intense holiness. Think about Isaiah's reaction.
Oh yeah, woe is me, for I am undone.
Right. It just hits you that immense gap between human imperfection and divine perfection.
But that encounter, it wasn't just about feeling undone, was it? It led somewhere.
Exactly. It led to cleansing.
Yeah.
That image of the live coal touching his lips.
Yeah, what's that symbolize?
Divine cleansing, really. Preparation. It kind of shows that before you can speak for God, you need to be touched, transformed by his grace.
Okay, so cleansing, then commissioning.
God asks, whom shall I send? And Isaiah, right after being cleansed, says,
here I am, send me. It's a powerful model for us, isn't it? How we might respond.
It really is. So that's a big part of the main episode this week.
Got it. Creator, heavenly throne, cleansing, call. What about the bonus content?
The bonus episode explores how God's presence wasn't just confined to heaven. We look at God's presence on earth.
Ah, interesting. So bringing it down to our level.
In a way, yes. Think about the Garden of Eden, the cherubim placed there. The word cherubim itself, some scholars link it to the Hebrew for tabernacle or dwelling place.
So Eden is a kind of earthly temple, a place God dwelled.
That's the idea, mirroring the heavenly reality. And then later you have the Ark of the Covenant in Israel.
Which was seen as God's throne or maybe his footstool on earth?
Exactly. A physical focus for his presence, his judgment, his interaction with humanity. It emphasizes he's not distant, he's engaged.
Okay, so that ties the heavenly throne to an earthly presence.
Ooh.
Fascinating. And there's a supplementary episode too.
Yeah, that one dives into something called a universal call, but it starts with a really interesting connection in the Old Testament.
Oh, what's that?
It looks at the arrangement of the Israelite camp, back in the book of Numbers, how the tribes were positioned.
Okay, how did that connect?
Well, there were 4 main tribes leading the formations, right? Judah, Reuben, Ephraim, Dan. Each had a standard, a banner. Now, rabbinical tradition, and some scholars like Kiel and Delitzsch noted this, connects those standards to the 4 faces of the cherubim that Ezekiel saw.
Wait, really? Like what?
Like a lion for Judah, a man for Reuben, an ox for Ephraim, and an eagle for Dan.
Wow, that's quite a parallel. The earthly camp mirroring the heavenly throne room creatures.
Exactly. It seems to underscore God's intention to draw his people close, to have his dwelling reflect the heavenly order, even in the camp layout.
That's incredible. And how does that lead to the universal call?
Well, just as that camp represented God's gathered people then, the message of prophecy ultimately isn't just for one group. It becomes universal.
Ah, like in Revelation.
Right. Revelation 14, the first angel proclaiming the everlasting gospel to every nation, tribe, tongue, and people.
It's comprehensive, no one left out.
The scope is huge. The call goes out to everyone. It reflects God's love, Christ's sacrifice. It's for all. The invitation is there for anyone to learn and accept.
So seeing these foundations, Creator King, present with his people, calling everyone, it shapes how we see prophecy.
Definitely. And it shapes our response, like Isaiah saying, send me, or John the Baptist described as that burning and shining lamp.
We're called to share what we know, what we've experienced of God's grace.
Yeah, you don't need to have all the answers, right? Sometimes just sharing your story, your experience is the most powerful thing. It keeps the focus on God, not just ourselves.
So this week's episodes on Bible Talk Insight really sound like they're building that essential framework.
They are, covering the Creator Foundation, His presence on earth, and that broad universal call. It all connects.
If you want to really get that solid grounding for understanding prophecy and explore these fascinating links between heaven and earth, you definitely check out all 3 episodes for week 7.
Main, bonus, and supplementary. They build on each other.
You can find Bible Talk Insight wherever you get your audio, and maybe as you listen, think about what aspect of God's character revealed in these foundations. Creator, King, Present, Calling resonates most with you personally.
Yeah, and how might that understanding shape your own response? Something to consider.